'Tis the season for those irresistible ginger thins, cozy blankets for cuddling by the fire, and making home warm and welcoming. For one-stop holiday shopping, visit your local IKEA or ikea-usa.com/holiday.
I don't know what's wrong with me lately, but I can never remember how many years I've been married.
Oh.
And I don't know why this keeps coming up, but there's been a few situations in the last couple of weeks where my husband and I have been at different events, and somebody has casually asked me, like, oh, how long you guys been together?
Yeah.
And I freeze. So then I play it off and I pretend like I'm testing my husband.
Yeah.
And I look at him and I'm like, Paul?
Paul, how long have we been together?
Right. And I give him that look like I'm trying to see if he knows. Like
the trap is laid.
Right.
Right.
And he always can rattle it off. He can be like, 16 years and 9 months or whatever it is. Because, like I said, I have no idea.
Sure.
And, it's like he's so proud of himself. But what he doesn't realize is the reason why I do that is because I have no idea. And and lately I keep forgetting important pieces of information, and I'm curious as to why is that happening?
Well, I mean, it is funny because you lay out that trap for him, and it appears to people that you're testing him because typically the woman is the one who remembers that, or at least, I mean, that's how people think of it, right? My wife can remember what outfit she was wearing the first time we went out, and what we had to eat the first time we went to a certain place or whatever. I would say that, for the anniversary, the easy answer would be is that your husband's in finance. So he deals with math all the time. So when he says 16 years, 9 months or whatever, that's one thing. You can't figure out, are you trying to answer for how long have you been married right at this moment? Or is it going to be your next anniversary date? I see you working over the math in your head.
Well, that's not it.
No?
No. There's actually research out right now saying that for some reason, people are more forgetful now more than ever.
Oh, so this would be the excuse of why you haven't been able to do math your entire life?
Yep.
Okay,
100%.
good. Okay.
So common causes of forgetfulness include aging, which is certainly not me because I'm young.
Yes, forever.
Forever.
Right,
and
forever.
Forever young.
Right, actually going the other way.
All right, side effects from medication, no. Trauma, no. Vitamin deficiencies, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
Could be.
But the real reason why a lot of people is because they're stressed. They're overworked. They're not getting enough rest.
Right.
And there's perpetual distractions. And that's what's interfering with the short-term memory loss. And I think a lot of people in this kind of weird COVID transition time are dealing with a lot of that.
Yeah. But let me just point out the fact that that's been your life for the last decade. It's not like that started in the last 10 months for you or the last year and a half since COVID. I mean, that's been your life forever.
So 1-800-330-9999. What is the most common thing that you forget to do? According to this list, the most people forget to do things are return phone calls.
Okay.
I do that all the time.
I just blow them off. I wouldn't call it forgetfulness.
That's just not being a good friend. Replying to emails. No, I lose sleep about this. I'll wake up in the middle of the night if a listener emailed me and I forgot to respond. I'll wake up at 1 a.m. and respond because it'll bother me.
That makes you a crazy person.
People's names. I always forget people's names.
Yeah, people's names is tough. But we meet a lot of people, to be fair. We're meeting a lot of people.
People commonly forget to charge their phones.
I never forget that.
I do.
I have the cord in certain places. So.
Passwords to different websites? Come on. Yeah. Nobody knows all those passwords.
What I do is I'll put down my phone and then go find my laptop because it's got to be saved on one of them, right? Yeah, one of them is going to get me in automatically. Taking meat out of the freezer to defrost it. I get so mad if I get to work and I forgot to take the meat out of the freezer and now I have no plan for dinner. I get so mad. What is the most common thing you forget? 1-800-330-9999. If you found lately that you're more forgetful than ever, you're not alone. But what is causing that? They say stress, overwork, inadequate rest, perpetual distractions. Yeah, all that stuff, especially in this weird COVID time. I mean, that sounds like regular life to me, but okay.
I can't remember how many years I've been married. I forget every single time somebody asks. I freeze dead in my tracks. What's the thing that you always forget? Hi, it's Ann on Raven.
Oh, I always forget my husband's cell phone number. I need it for when I go to CVS and I ask for the rewards point, the number that's under. And I have to get my phone out and look it up.
Every time I go to CVS and they ask me for the phone number associated with that thing, I give them every single one it can be.
Never works.
Never works.
Yeah.
I don't understand why.
No, I've got the same thing at a grocery store in my neighborhood. I never got the little lanyard thing or whatever, the keychain thing from my wife. So I go in there, I have to pay full price for everything. It's the closest grocery store to my house, and it infuriates me.
I mean, they don't just give it to you at the grocery store?
No, it's not one of those.
Oh,
you know how every store, usually they're like, oh, yeah, I'll scan it for you, no problem. They're ready to hook you up. This store, they're stingy with the card.
Oh, it's terrible.
They're stingy with the scan.
Well, that's awful. Hi, it's Hannah and Raven. What do you always forget?
My brother and my mother's birthdays, they're both like really close to each other in November, right? And then I'm always like, well, I think my mom's is on the 13th, but maybe it's not. Even now, talking about it, I'm not even sure which one's on the 7th and which one's on the 13th.
Oh, I get
and
it.
It's ridiculous. And we would usually have celebrations together, like combined ones. But since we're like adults now, like we don't. So then I get confused on who I should call or who I should text. And it's obnoxious. It doesn't matter how many times I write this down, how many times I get it wrong, which happens quite often. I can never get it straight.
Birthdays are tough.
This is my life.
Oh, my gosh.
My mom's birthday is April 12th. My sister's is April 21st. But I just said it out loud on the radio. I better check right now.
Right.
I only figured it out over the last couple of years because it's in my phone.
Right.
Which one is which?
I have to keep putting things. I say I'm going to put it in my phone, and then I'm going to forget. I forget if my husband's birthday is September 7th or the 9th, or if he was born in 1979 or 78. I remember. I forget all that stuff. He must have to send me his social security number 1,000 times. People always apologize to me if they forget my birthday, and I always say, no, you never have to apologize because I never remember anybody's birthdays.
Yeah. By the way, it's my mom's that's on the 21st. And my sister's is on the 12th.
I mean, we shouldn't be expected to remember those things.
Oh, my gosh.
Hi, it's Anna and Raven. What do you always forget?
So whenever I go grocery shopping, I always go back in the house and I accidentally leave one bag in the car, and it's always the frozen stuff.
Remember when I bought a whole gross of ice cream sandwiches at the box store? Impulse buy. I was in there. I was just like, yep. I'm doing this. I don't care. My wife's not here to supervise me. I'm doing it. I was actually going to sneak them into the garage refrigerator, Anna, so that she couldn't judge me until I pulled them out.
Yeah.
Because then I would be the hero, if I pulled them out. If I brought them in the house, she'd be like, what do we need 24 ice cream sandwiches for? I left them out there for like 3 hours before I remembered. Mm-hmm. Hot day. Took them. I figure they're all prepackaged, individually wrapped. I threw them right in the freezer anyway.
Yeah.
I tried them a week later. And they looked very strange. It was like the ice cream hadn't melted, but the cookies shrank.
Oh, really?
And they were covered with some sort of film.
Usually I put everything in the freezer and I just say, it'll be fine. And then that's it. Then I just eat them. And then I guess everything is fine.
Roll those dice, right?
Right.
'Tis the season for those irresistible ginger thins, cozy blankets for cuddling by the fire and making home warm and welcoming. For one-stop holiday shopping, visit your local IKEA or IKEA-USA.com/holiday.